let's talk a little General Hospital, shall we? I've been seeing a lot of people online calling for Dan and Chris to be fired, the writers of General Hospital. That General Hospital needs new writers, and they do. But I've been saying this since the beginning of 2022. Frank Valentini is the problem. You can have new writers come on in and nothing is truly going to change because Valentini is the problem. Valentini runs this show and I think he is the main problem and will continue to be the main problem. There is no doubt in my mind that he is the one that has this pace being as slow as it is, that continues to dictate the annoying ways that they portray the popular couples, but then we get nasty sex scenes that we don't want to see because it's cringy. He is the reason that there is not a focus on popular characters of the past, but he'll bring in these people over from One Life to Live that are friends of his. You know, past producers, and we all know who, Jill, got a lot of shit for always bringing in her pets and her friends to the show. But Frank Valentini might be even worse than her when it comes to this, as we are now seeing. You know, Josh Kelly comes aboard to General Hospital. Josh Kelly was on One Life to Live, and his character on One Life to Live, I think the legs got cut under that character too soon. But this is how ass backwards General Hospital continues to be, and nobody in their right mind will say this is how good storytelling comes about. That Josh Kelly said in an interview that he talked to Frank, and Frank said, yeah, come on to General Hospital. We'll create a character for you. This is not how good characters or good story lines are made. You do not hire an actor first and then create the character for the actor, because it's not going to lead to good storytelling on a soap opera or on TV in general. Maybe in a movie I can see how an actor is casted first and then maybe a movie is written around that. I'm sure that has happened and made some decent movies, maybe. But even then, usually the actor gets a script and they have to then accept the role or not. 99% of the fucking time. But here we have them creating a new role out of thin air for one of Frank's friends. When any good story would be written out first, or at least a character outline would be written out first, and then you go find the actor. But no, on General Hospital, everything has to be ass backwards, and everything ruins any momentum that the show has because of these kind of bad practices. This is yet another time where it should be shown that Frank should be fired. Frank should be out of here. Frank is not doing a good job at General Hospital, but clearly the only thing that matters to ABC and the only thing that matters to any of these networks with the 4 remaining soap operas in America is that they don't lose money, that they still make money. And that is the one good thing that Frank is great at, is, you know, budgeting the show. He can have new sets and all these characters because he's very good at budget, clearly. That is the one thing Frank is good at. But look, I just don't think that this is the way to go. Like, that should not be the way of thinking with these soap operas. That, oh my God, they're hitting the budget, so that's why we're keeping them on air. Like, I get it. It is a business, yes. But it should still be a TV show first, and you should always want to improve that TV show, should you not? Creatively, shouldn't that be the main part of a TV show, that the fans are engaged and the fans are enjoying themselves, and you don't get a production team and writers that want to either annoy the fans constantly, spit on the fans constantly and not give them what they want, or, you know, just hire their friends and create roles for their friends that nobody cares about or wants to see. It is stupid and it does nothing for this show. And so I just had to once again reiterate, because I've been saying this for going on 6 months now, that Frank Valentini is the problem. Nobody, the soap opera press never wants to fully throw him under the bus. They'd rather just keep throwing the writers under the bus. But Frank continues to be and will continue to be the problem on the show, and that is why creatively the show will continue to probably be stuck in a rut where everything happens way too slowly and people consistently either lose interest or get fed up by, getting spit on creatively by the show. That's what's probably going to keep happening as long as Valentini is on General Hospital. He's been here for a decade. He's been the executive producer for a decade. And like I said, he's great when it comes to the money situation for General Hospital. But at what point is ABC going to want to help the show thrive creatively? When is that going to happen? Is that going to happen before General Hospital inevitably gets kicked off the air because they didn't take these steps to help the show creatively because it's a TV show? Yes, it's a business, but it's still a TV show. So I just continue to not understand why everyone wants to throw the writers under the bus, but kind of not throw Frank under the bus. Frank is the one that needs to be fired. I will continue to say this until it happens or until the show goes off the air, that Frank is the biggest problem with General Hospital. He is stuck in a lot of his bad ways when it comes to, like he's always been, hiring friends or trying to keep One Life to Live alive when this is a totally different soap opera. Frank has done his best to turn General Hospital into his vision, and that is what we have now at General Hospital. So if Frank tried this hard to turn the show into his vision, why doesn't he take the fall when the show is in a bad rut and continuously makes bad decision after bad decision after bad decision and continuously tries to shove down bad characters down our throats, cartoon villains down our throats? If this is his vision, why shouldn't he take the fall? Frank is the one that needs to be taking the fall. If anyone gets fired from General Hospital because of the terrible creative tunnel vision that the show continues to be on, with no romance, and they don't write for their popular couples or their popular characters, but they shove bad characters down their throat, he's the one that should take the fall. I do agree that we need some female energy on the writing team 100%. Even if 2 women were hired as co-writers, the show would still suck because it would still be Frank's vision, and Frank would still dictate the pace, and Frank would continue to make these bad decisions that he makes. Nothing would truly change. Nothing is going to change on General Hospital until we get a new executive producer in there. I hope it happens, and I hope it happens sooner rather than later, because I wish these networks would take the steps to help these shows creatively instead of just always caring only about the budget. You could care about the budget and care about it creatively. It's possible. I honestly feel like that is kind of what's happening with Young and the Restless. Young and the Restless budget is looking awful. The sets look terrible. The lighting could be terrible. But I at least feel like if that's what they have to do for their budget, fine. At least they're trying to improve Josh Griffith's terrible, lazy writing. So somebody at CBS told Josh Griffith to shape up or get the fuck out. And I wish somebody would tell that to Frank Valentini at ABC, but he seems to have gotten his claws very deep into this show, and we seem to be stuck with him as he continues to make constant bad decisions.